Interested when you introduce this.
I'm black, this is red.
Nah, Jesus, bring some emotion, right, CJ?
Nah, man, I can't. Are we recording, sir?
Who's black?
Yeah,
Is red on?
yeah, it's
Okay,
Jesus.
well,
3, 2,
Thank you.
1. It's on, guys.
Thank you. I'm black. He's Thomas Jefferson. And this, what? You don't have red hair?
Thomas Jefferson was a redhead?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe look that up.
Yeah.
I'm not sold on that.
Check it out.
Okay, anyways.
This is a Black and Red official movie review of Chappie. Without any spoilers, what was Chappie about, and what would you rate it out of 10? 10 points.
10-point scale, okay. I'll give a score right away. It's not a good movie. Fuck. I give it a 5.5 out of 10. I wasn't disappointed. I'd say that it plays like the trailer portrays it. If Neil Blomkamp hadn't been so successful with District 9 or Elysium, I probably wouldn't have watched the movie based on the trailer, but I still watched the movie because I respected his previous work, and I thought that maybe I wasn't seeing the real picture out of the trailer, and it would actually live up more to my expectations for him than the trailer portrayed it as. But it really didn't. It really plays close to what the trailer shows. Really trying to put you. It really tries to make you care about Chappie the robot, and I just never bought it. I didn't really care what happened to Chappie. I didn't get an emotional tie with him. Didn't really care for him or really any of the characters in the movie. I don't know who I was rooting for.
Well, what was the point of the movie? What was going on?
The plot of the movie is I don't know what's the guy. I don't know the guy's name. The guy from Slumdog Millionaire. Okay, the guy from Slumdog Millionaire. He's a kind of a genius robot engineer, I guess, and he's created a
Robot engineer.
yeah, whatever. He's an engineer that focuses on robots,
Right,
robotics, perhaps, maybe. But he has created this system that outside Africa, Johannesburg, they have robot police force, and they're controlled, and they're just doing a bang-up job by any. It starts out a bang-up job by the robot police force, and he's figured out a new way where he's actually able to create a robot that's sentient, free thinking, can learn on its own, and his superior Sigourney Weaver's like, why would we do that? Get the fuck out of my office, basically. And he's real sour about it, so he ends up doing it on his own. But when he's getting ready to do that, he gets kidnapped by the most scrub gang of 3 you'll ever be.
Flunkies?
The gang of flunkies. We don't even need to talk about their backstory. It's not really relevant. They need the money. They steal the robot. They steal Slumdog Millionaire because they know he's the robot maker, creator, which is featured heavily in the movie. And so they kidnap him. And he's excited. He doesn't really care that he's kidnapped. He's like, I'm gonna test out my thing anyway. He doesn't care. So they test it out. It works. Chappie's born. Chappie's really annoying. There's periods where he's funny, but for the most part he's annoying. Chaos ensues. Hugh Jackman. Enter Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman also works at the same place as Slumdog Millionaire. And he's got his he's another robotics engineer. And his kind of specialty, he's making a robot that you control with the helmet, and he controls it. And clearly it's deficient compared to Slumdog's already functioning just with coding robotic force. So police force. So I don't know what his game is, but he's clearly promoting a failed product. But he's pissed. He don't like Slumdog. So it's like he's chasing Chappie. He wants to get Chappie. The gang of 3, we'll call them, the gang of 3 flunkies, no leader. They want to use Chappie to do heists to get money, of course.
A good heist.
And Chappie
is a baby.
Is a baby. And then the Slumdog also told him not to commit any crimes or anything when he first made him. So he was kind of hesitant. But they kind of trick him into doing crimes. But it's just not a lot happens. And it's just, without giving a spoiler, it doesn't really progress to anything that would be earth-shattering. I mean, it's just not a great movie without giving anything away. I mean, what were your thoughts on the movie?
You're more generous than I am. I give it a 5.
Okay.
Straight 5.
Ballpark?
For me, Chappie was a mix of Slumdog Millionaire meet iRobot, but
Slumdog Millionaire just because the guy from Slumdog Millionaire?
no, because the robot's in the slums,
Okay.
in the slums,
The slums of India or South Africa?
South
This
Africa,
case, okay.
whatever, slums, still in the slums.
And it's the guy from Slumdog Millionaire.
It's the guy, whatever. It meets iRobot.
iRobot's a fair comparison.
And Slumdog's a good movie, iRobot's a good movie, but this one is horrible. It's bad. The story's bad. The plot's bad. The acting's horrible. It goes nowhere to nowhere. Basically, two guys with opposite interests are able to take this whole company
That's
down
true.
and the whole basically city or country wherever they're at.
Two guys being Slumdog and Hugh Jackman. Of
Hugh
course.
Jackman.
I don't know Hugh Jackman's name in the movie, but he's Hugh Jackman to me.
And so, I mean, it's basically an engineer trying to create an AI that's able to think like, or basically be a human, but
That's right.
robotically. He achieves that purpose, but I don't understand why he achieved that purpose and just have a baby robot that knows nothing, that a human's going to teach the robot the things that he wants, like morals and stuff like that. It's like, well, the robot learns faster than any human. I don't see why he wouldn't download the basic information you want the robot to know.
That would be like programming them. That was the whole point.
But the robot programmed himself to be like a brain surgeon in like 30 minutes, or not 30 minutes, or 30 seconds. But
I'm just saying that was the mentality he had.
it was horrible, man. It was horrible.
I think his name-
5
I can't remember his name.
5 out of
Solid
10.
5.
I just explained the whole movie. Nothing happened. That's what happened. That is the whole movie. That was the whole movie. That's it. What else happened?
You want to talk about spoilers?
Yeah, spoil the movie. What else
Okay.
happened?
We'll talk specifics now. I mean, realistically, the ending. We'll go straight to the ending.
The beginning and the ending.
The Alpha and the Omega. Slumdog Millionaire ends up getting shot, and he is gonna die. Apparently, which I'm not sold he was gonna die. It seemed like it was like
it
seemed like a stomach wound. I was like, why would you take him to the
He
hospital?
was bleeding to death. He's in South Africa in the slums. He's dead.
You can find him in hospitals. But he's dying, and then Chappie finds him a robotic body, downloads his mind into the body. So now they're
Avatar.
both robots.
Avatar star.
That's how the movie ends. I mean, wow, what a
It's a twist. It's a twist, man.
kings do you, Chappie. My goodness.
Just like iRobot. Will Smith was kind of like a robot.
He had a robotic arm. This guy's conscious
He
was downloaded
became
into a
into a
robot.
Yeah.
It looked like a BMW one too. You see that?
Yeah,
it was like a
nice.
new model. It was like
Yeah,
BMW style. I was like, yeah. Chappie
was-
wanted that. Chappie wanted that BMW body.
It's like, man, I want that new.
That
type.
German manufacturing. But
Yeah.
no, that happened. But I'm not gonna talk about Hugh Jackman because Hugh Jackman did the only scenes I enjoyed. Hugh Jackman, let's get this straight. Let's talk about their office. Their office environment, cubicle. They're cubes, right? And so they're telling me that Slumdog Millionaire, who just created the police force that the whole country's using,
Yes, sir.
he's in a cube. He doesn't even have an office.
No, sir.
He has just a state-of-the-art cube.
Yes, sir.
Nothing special about it. And Hugh Jackman comes up to him. Number one thing I love about Hugh Jackman. Hugh Jackman comes up to the man,
That's right.
pulls his gun out on him, puts his head at the table, and then pulls the trigger. He's like, I was just messing with you. And everyone's looking around. This guy's pulled his gun out on a coworker in the office.
It's a joke.
And he gets up, I'm just joking, guys.
It's a joke.
It's not loaded. Everybody just,
It's
And
a
he goes
joke.
and sits back down. It's like, pretty sure you got at least 10 people calling in HR for you.
There's HR in South Africa?
I'm sure any business environment has HR because you can't have Hugh Jackman pulling his gun on coworkers
He did.
in the office. So he does that, and nothing happens to that. So I was like, good for you, Hugh Jackman. Second off, they're in this office environment. The man is wearing
Khaki shorts.
he's wearing an attire that I don't know where it fits. Where does this attire work? He's wearing a polo shirt tucked into khaki shorts.
He's kind of like Crocodile Dundee. Or like Crocodile Dundee, but
He's not an
the
explorer.
Crocodile Hunter. What's his name? Bruce Irvin?
Bruce Irvin.
Whatever that guy is.
R.I.P. man, Steve Irwin.
Steve Irwin, yeah.
Irwin?
Steve Irwin, whatever.
R.I.P. Yeah, so he's wearing this outfit, which is like, what is going on? But the main reason I bring up the outfit is that he when he's chasing Chappie. At one point, he's chasing Chappie, and he's got this gun. He gets out the van. He gets out the van with this gun. I'm like, oh man, I assume this is a turret gun. I'm like, he's about to. He sees Chappie. I'm like, oh, he's gonna light Chappie up. Night for Chappie. Let's go home. End this movie early. And he gets out and he shoots it, and it was like a
microwave.
It was like a sonic wave or something. It hit Chappie and it just shut him down. So it's like nothing happened. But he was carrying it, wearing those khaki shorts in that polo. It was like you were supposed to be impressed. The music was like trying to make you impressed, but
it's business.
But you're like, dude, this guy is not dressed for any. What is he dressed for? Not for shooting robots. I'll tell you that.
Usually, there's only one robot, and it's like he's a baby, so you know.
But he came out like he was a real badass.
He was,
and he wasn't.
He was
not. Number 3, and my favorite Hugh Jackman moment. He works for this company, which is clearly like the police force. They support they basically support the police force. They might as well be work for the government. If they're not government, they basically support the government. He puts in a virus into all of the police officer robots.
That's right.
To deactivate them all.
And leaves the God code inside his own computer.
That's right. So basically, he has just created anarchy because the streets go crazy. And this is what this man has done, just so he can get opportunity to use his robot and to show that the robot is good. And Sigourney Weaver still tells him, nah, man, we ain't using your robot. That's how bad his robot is considered. That she's still like,
did you not notice that his robot was the exact replica of the big robot from RoboCop?
It didn't cross my mind, but I mean,
the exact same replica.
It looked like it.
No, it is the exact replica.
They would have been better off with RoboCop in this movie. Hugh Jackman would have loved being RoboCop. Let's be honest about that.
Look it up. Same exact prototype.
But yeah, Hugh Jackman his scenes were carrying the movie because Slumdog was trying to make us care about Chappie, and people kept throwing Molotovs at the robots. It's like these robots are high grade metal. You're throwing Molotov cocktails at them. They're not gonna light on fire and burn.
Adamantium.
They might be adamantium. Who knows? It could have been. It definitely would have been better if he was Wolverine and Chappie
versus
starring Wolverine. Oh my goodness. Wolverine would have whooped him. Chappie, except for the part when he was being a gangster and he was putting people to sleep.
Yeah,
throwing ninja stars at people. That was funny. He was stealing cars, pulling people out of cars. You do not steal from Daddy. I like that, but that was only like 5 minutes. And then they killed my favorite guy, the Hispanic guy.
They did. They chopped him up.
He was pretty cool. He got straight murdered. Done. Talk about your girl. Talk about her haircut.
Man, well, she had this.
What was it?
It was kind of like a frohawk. It looked like Sonic the Hedgehog kind of thing, or like a Dragon Ball Z character.
It was like up front. It was like a monk.
No, it was bangs. They call it bangs, dude.
No, it wasn't like flow down bangs. It was like monk haircut bangs.
It was bangs.
It was bangs.
She looks like she was Super Saiyan 2 Dragon Ball Z style, dude. It was weird, but
it's a bad look.
But none of the characters brought anything of value besides Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman was good.
that
outfit, first off, he wore that outfit the whole movie.
Was it the same outfit?
I think it was.
God.
I don't feel like he had. Oh no, at one point he had pants on, but they were cargo pants, and they had like 10 pockets. I was like, "What you got all those pockets, you?"
Guns.
Probably
Guns.
he pulled that gun out in the office environment, and everyone was just like, "Glad it wasn't me. Glad it wasn't me."
You would have challenged him.
Oh, I definitely would have reported him.
Oh, you reported him to HR? That don't exist?
I would have snitched on him.
That don't exist in South Africa?
I would have snitched on him to somebody pull a gun on me in the office. It's bad enough I got to be in the office. Now you're putting my head to the table and pulling a gun out. Where am I working at?
Well, you were stealing from the company. You stole the Gaki, remember?
No, but that wasn't what it was about.
It was about the Gaki so you could...
It was about the fact that his robot sucked and Slumdog's robots were making a killing. Way too effective. Oh, it was just hate. Hate for hate's sake.
I mean, having reviewed it, what would you say? See it? Don't see it?
Clearly don't see it. It's an awful movie. I mean,
wow.
Neil Blomkamp, he's a good director. He's going to turn it around. Hopefully he makes the District 9 sequel, maybe District 10. But I think anything he'll do, I think he'll turn it around. I think he just got a little bit off with this one. I mean, it definitely didn't have any original ideas. I mean, so you can mix it Battlestar Galactica.
Slumdog mixed with iRobot.
That had nothing to do with Slumdog Millionaire. It was all iRobot, Battlestar Galactica. Any movie with AI, artificial intelligence. Any of those type of movies. It didn't bring anything new to the genre to me.
Slumdog.
I didn't. No Slumdog in it for sure. It's just the guy from Slumdog Millionaire.
Meet iRobot.
But bad movie. What's your take?
I say see it. I
How do
see
you say
that.
to see it after you just said it was a terrible movie? You're giving a 5.
So you can't judge a movie if you don't see it.
Oh, okay. Why are we reviewing it then?
So they could see it. They could see it.
So they go with the eyes wide open.
They gotta know what they're getting into.
Lower their expectations.
They gotta know what they're getting into.
Fair.
See it and then buy it on Blu-ray.
Buy it on Blu-ray. Don't do that.
Buy it on Blu-ray.
Don't do
Watch
anything.
that movie.
It's a bad movie. You should skip it. Definitely no good to see it in theaters. It wasn't a long movie though, less than 2 hours.
Less than 2 hours, thank God.
But that's about the only saving grace. Not a good movie. I don't know.
Solid 5.
I don't know how they got Hugh Jackman to do that. First off, it's like play a villain. It probably only took like 2 weeks to shoot. For being honest,
He didn't look like much at first.
he looked like he showed up, collected his paycheck, went home. Same with Sigourney Weaver. It was like, let me get that money.
Easy cash.
Easy cash money. Didn't take much out of their breaks, their summer schedule, whatever. So, yeah. To conclude, as always, please feel free to leave your hateful comments below. Any feedback is always welcome. Preferably the haterade variety. Most specifically targeted at this guy Black. That's our preference. But any good comments, really creative, we'll pull out and we'll give shout out to in the next review. Because we appreciate creative hate.
But still,
that keeps us going.
Still, watch the movie.
Don't watch the movie.
Watch the movie and rate the movie.
It's a bad movie, and with that, you signing off. Don't watch it.
Somebody might like it.
Someone might like it. I mean, maybe.
If they like it, they might want to tell us, hey, your scale is busted because the movie was awesome.
I
If we
mean,
tell them not to watch it, how are we going to know?
it's a bad movie. They shouldn't watch it. That's the whole point. You tell the people, you give the people what they want. They want to know if the movie's bad, so that way they don't have to go watch the bad movie.
They want to know what other people think about the movie, so maybe when they get into it, they don't expect too much. I'm like, well, yeah, it did suck ass. Or, you know what? Those guys don't know what they're talking about. The movie was awesome.
Sure.
Watch it.
Yeah. Apparently, even though he gave it a review of 5, he says go watch it. So take that for what you want, but
I say watch it, dude. You
definitely
gotta
pass.
Watch, you gotta watch it.
It's a pass.
It's not a pass. Watch that.
But
And then pass it on to your friends.
Don't do that. Only friends you dislike. You're basically your enemies.
I say
Tell your enemies to go see this movie, and tell them that the second half of the movie
is the best half.
is the best half. It really picks up.
It does pick up.
Does it?
It does.
Does it?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's better.
It picks up. He went from being a baby to a teenager.
It looks the same.
What's
He gets
the
a new
point?
arm. That's it.
Not even. I think he came out the van with him. With extra body part, just attached it to him.
Yeah, he got a new arm. That's
Oh, bro. Yeah.
it. Bad movie. With that, signing off.
Sign off. Watch it. Watch that.
Probably